Recently, Cornell University, African Americans are claiming that too many foreigners are being admitted to the school, and they're taking away from the opportunities of African Americans that are here. Now, here's the kicker. You're fully expecting me to go in and probably go in on Asians or some other ethnic group. But the foreign students that are in question are black Africans. In many cases, darker than the than the African Americans that are complaining. Now, I'm a blue-collar guy with an opinion, so you can take what I say with a grain of salt, or you can find some merit to it. Every now and then I get philosophical, and sometimes I am just downright crass and probably not appealing to people of a more highbrow standard. Now, what I find interesting about the conversation that these black students are having, these American black students are having, is they managed to use the words white supremacy somehow in the middle of their issue with people that are blacker than they are. How do you find an instance for white supremacy? How do you find an instance for that when it's not more whites being admitted to the school, it's more blacks being admitted to the school? Level with me. Are you angry because you're being outpaced by yet another group? Talk to me. You know, it'd be different, and there could be a call for some kind of, I guess, preferential treatment of others if everybody didn't look the goddamn same. You're talking about black people. This African guy that comes over looks just like you. What racism and white supremacy is happening? You know what I think? And I'm going to be highly opinionated, and I'm going to go out on a limb. I think you're mad because you're losing. And I think you need white supremacy and the battle cry of white supremacy to justify that you're losing. I have a simple remedy for you. Now, I don't have an academic bone in my body. Do better. Make it a priority of your culture. The majority of Africans that come over here are doing, from places like Nigeria, are doing better than the blacks that have lived here forever. Which is pretty bad because you have experience at the system. You've been dealing with the system forever and a day now. You should have some kind of advantage. The advantage that you choose is the banner of white supremacy. Even in a situation where there's not a white guy in sight, you are head to head with somebody that looks like you with a simple difference. They come over with the intent to learn, to do better, to be better, to compete. You've got to lose. You've got to lose the need to complain, to condescend, to twist, and shift things so that the narrative makes you feel better about yourself. African American people don't have time to feel bad for themselves, because there's a race that's being run by everybody. And while we're sitting there looking for signs of white supremacy, you'll look up and you're further and further back. You'll look back and you'll see that the starting gate is awfully close. And if you continue to subscribe to white supremacy, here's what's going to happen to you. The cries that you make of white supremacy are going to be lost in the distance, because everybody else is moving forward. The Asians are moving forward. The whites are moving forward. The Hispanics are going to be moving forward. And now you have another group to get mad at that looks exactly like you. The Africans are too busy moving forward to hear the battle cry of everything is affected and obstructed by white supremacy. Get in the game instead of complaining about the game. That's the first thing. Take the game as seriously as those that you compete with for your place on the landscape. Run the race before you call the fix. Know what you're talking about before you open your mouth and look a fool. I'm not pointing out the deficiencies without the solutions, and they're very simple solutions. And anybody that tells me that they're not simple solutions really enjoys indulging in the problem. Think it over. I'd love to know your opinions.